I see the PS5 and I think, Rosie, I love this boy. I don't have one, but I love this boy. I just know I'm gonna sink a lot of hours into this bad boy, but for now, I can't buy one, so the best I can do is staring at Miles Morales and Demon's Souls, which sit on my shelf. But ever since the reveal of the PS5 in all of its internet router glory, something really bothered me, and it has to do with this mouthless baby over here, the PS5 Digital Edition. I may be biased on this because I like my physical games and I collect them, but I've never understood the concept of a digital-only console. I have many reasons for this, but a big one for me just has to be the rip-off of it. How much money this digital-only console will cost. The console may be £100 cheaper, but trust me, it will be a lot more expensive in the long run. Let me explain. Oh, and let's keep this a secret between me and you, but while you're here, you should totally subscribe. The digital PS5 is a rip-off, and it costs too much money. Yes, it's cheaper, but oh my god, in the long run, it will be so much more expensive. And this all comes down to one little word. Regulation. The PlayStation Store is not regulated. Pretty much every single game on there is full priced until they put them on sale. Here's The Last of Us Part 2, winner of Best Esports Coach at the Game Awards, for a full £55, despite the fact that I can go to almost any shop here in the UK and pick it up for something like 35 quid. And whilst I was doing the research for this video, I actually found that the deals are getting somewhat better. For example, if we look at God of War, it's only 15 at a permanent price now. This may just be Sony putting the prices down for the release of PS5 so people can transition over with games. But I guess we have to see what the future holds for this. These deals may keep up, and if they do, everything I say today is going to be invalid. So, look at me, aging poorly before the videos even came out. But with the price of games hardly ever going down, this console will cost a ludicrous amount more to buy games for than the physical edition, unless you buy every single game on launch day when the physical price and the digital price are the same. And let's be honest, the only person who has that much money is Geoff Bus. So yeah, if you're a super fan, then maybe this console will save you money. But if not, you will lose that 100 you allegedly saved in next to no time. So what are the actual benefits to this console, other than a cheaper price point that doesn't really last nor exist when you think about it? Well, after years of research, I found nothing. There's literally no point. There's literally zero benefit to buying this console over the actual PS5. I guess you could say getting it earlier if the physical one is out of stock, but that's not really a benefit of a console. It's more of a consequence of the low amount of stock. But then again, speaking of stock, if you have a PS5, consider yourself lucky because I haven't fucking got one. It was in my basket and then no PS5 for James. But then again, I can already hear you shouting at me at this point. But James, Steam and PC does really well, and they're digital-only services. Which is true, yes. Steam and other PC gaming platforms do really well and make loads of money and sell things for cheap. But this is where the magic word applies. Regulation. Steam do not own 100% of the PC gaming market. Other sellers like the Epic Games Store and Greenman Gaming exist. This creates competition and thus makes prices cheaper. Yes, it's true. Steam offer some great deals in their summer and winter sales, as well as all the time for that matter, but I can guarantee you right now that their prices would be nowhere near as low if it were not for competition. I mean, come on, just think about it. If Steam or any other platform controls 100% of the market, of course their prices would skyrocket. People would have nowhere left to buy from, making it so they can decide what whatever's worth because there's no alternative. If you want something really bad and it costs a really high amount and you can't get it any cheaper somewhere else, it's sad, but that's the price you have to pay. It's like how when you go to a service station, a bottle of water suddenly costs the same price as a mortgage and a newborn child. They can charge so much for the product because you have nowhere else to go. And this is essentially what a digital PlayStation will do to the gaming market. And you want to know why, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals? It all comes back to that magic word, regulation. The PlayStation Store being the only seller on the market could mean they could sell the games for whatever they want, and they need something to keep them in check. If a PlayStation-only market isn't regulated, this may lead to dire consequences. If Sony keeps games at full price forever, nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to stop them, because all players with a digital-only PS5 are just going to be forced to buy them. There's no other options. They can't go to an in-store retailer because they can't buy physical games, and they can't buy digital games off third-party sites like Green Man Gaming because that's just way too uncommon for them to sell console games. They sell every single PC game available as a code or a key, but console games, you don't find them as regularly. And to put this into perspective, let's do some numbers. Let's say the home console market is around 40% Xbox, 60% PlayStation. This seems about accurate based off the last few console generations. So, using this information, let's assume that, I don't know, half of the PS5 consoles will be digital only. 30% of the home console market will not be able to buy games from anywhere but the PlayStation Store, which overcharges for nearly everything. So, is that initial 100 saved really worth it? I don't think it is. And this may have dramatic consequences for physical game stores. Imagine if you owned a shop and 30% of your customers just stopped coming in. It would be devastating. I'm especially worried for smaller and more independent game stores because they're the most fun to visit and they're really friendly and a really enjoyable experience. But I hope they can find a way to survive through this digital age. And the only way I can think of doing that is selling codes for games, which again would create that competition and maybe make the PlayStation Store prices cheaper. But I don't know. Selling digital codes is just not the same, you know? At least it will create competition and drive prices down, but there's something about buying a box for me. I said I'm a massive fan of physical games, but a code's just not the same. So let's hope it will drive the prices down. Nah, we all know we'll pay full price for Bugsnax in 2026. As far as I'm concerned, the digital model of the PlayStation 5 is just not worth it. Has no advantages, is less versatile, and it's not just worth the cheaper price point, as in the long run, it'll be way more expensive. But what do you think of the digital PS5 and the PS5 in general? Maybe compare the two. I want to know what you think, so leave it in the comments below and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget, if you're new, subscribe. I'm not going to do all the statistics crap other YouTubes do where they show you like, oh, 50% of you aren't subscribed. Just subscribe if you're not. I'm trusting you on this. And with all that out of the way, hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.